What's up, you guys? Welcome to episode 89 of the First and 10 NFL New York Jets podcast. How you doing this morning, brother? It's Divisional Saturday, right?
No, yeah. I mean, I feel bad we missed last week's. Things happen, but how good were those? And I'm saying 5 out of the 6 playoff games. How good were those 5 out of the 6 playoff games?
Good. Yeah,
The
yeah.
one game because I feel like right. I feel like the NFL rammed this game down our throat. The NFL. Why was Dallas and Tampa Bay the Monday night feature, the standalone game? I get it. Dallas Cowboys, America's team,
Brady, right.
Tom Brady. Ooh. Yeah, but you know what, Kev? In my opinion, that was the worst game of the 6.
Sucked. He sucks.
That was it was the worst game of the 6.
It's time to.
And the one game they put.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Cool down on the Tom, but that didn't need to be the standalone game. And of course, like a car crash, I watched it thinking Tom is going to lead them back. Tom is going to lead them back, and that game was balls. The game I really enjoyed was
how about Trevor? How about Trevor?
I was just going to say, the game I enjoyed last week was watching Trevor Lawrence in that second half, a quarterback that now Jet fans are saying, oh, why didn't we we would have lost those last. I'm sorry, Kevin. Even if everything fell the way we wanted to and we got Trevor, we would have ruined him.
Yeah.
He's with the right folks now. Yeah.
We can't develop QBs. We ruined it. QBs come here to die.
Yeah. And you posted that meme a long time ago of the Grim Reaper knocking on Zach's door, and we same boat. And here we are, year 3 under the Zach Sala regime, and where are we now? Fans are calling for Carr, Brissett. Joe Namath gave his blessing on Rodgers, so now we're all ecstatic about that. You know.
I saw it.
Did I mention Carr? Yeah. Who else? Yeah. It's like, I want to develop a quarterback. Is there ever going to be a day where we develop a quarterback?
No, because we can't find one. For some reason, we have the inability to pick one. Yeah. The correct one.
Yeah, and then our quarterbacks always seem to come. Well, I shouldn't say that. Sam didn't come good. But Zach came with, he's a MILF lover. Oh, my man, Zach. Oh, yeah. And now you're hearing these false reports. We're hearing these false reports from this Jordan Schultz, who not even a beat writer, doesn't even write for anywhere, doesn't even live in the New York area, going on the Pat McAfee show, calling our quarterback late for meetings, disagrees with things, lazy, not having the right attitude. Fools around in the meetings like he's 4 years old. And then everything, and Ian Rappaport and Robert Sabo proved that wrong, and McAfee had to take the clip down. Why are we always the butt of people's jokes? Because
we go on 6-game losing streaks when you're 7-4. That's why. That's why we're the butt of jokes. And we should be.
And I'm trying to get heat for saying this. I don't feel like being a Jet fan. I'm tired of it. I watch Brian Dable, and I'm going to repeat this a million times, coming in his first year and take a class organization to the playoffs with Daniel Jones, who wanted out of here, and rightfully so. But this year, no one wants him out. They all want him to resign.
Well,
Meanwhile, we're back in the same boat again.
If you win in this town, if there's no better town or market to win in than this one, just like there's no worse one to lose in than this one.
I know, but you know what, Kevin? Of course, the way we finished was a total downer, losing 6 in a row. But like, we
No,
should be
that's good.
sitting here as a fan base going,
It's called, that's a disgrace. When you're
yeah,
7-4 and you go on a 6-game losing streak, you're a disgrace. It's disgraceful.
yeah. But let me. No, you're right. You're right. But did we buy into the belief that this team was better than we thought?
Listen, I was talking to my brother about this yesterday. This whole offense was predicated on Brees Hall for the first. We were 6-3 when Brees Hall got hurt. We won one game after that. One. And that was against Chicago in the rain with no Justin Fields.
Yeah, no, Kevin, I get all that. But you know what? There's something wrong with a team and an offensive coordinator, and this is why he's not here when Brees Hall goes down and you can't figure anything else out.
Well, maybe your quarterbacks aren't that good.
I don't. A lot of people feel the way you do, and everybody wants him back, and so do I. I just don't know if I could buy into, Brees Hall went down and this became a shit show after that. I can't believe one man.
Well, no, he covered. What he did was he masked how bad the offense really was.
The mistakes.
He masked how bad the offense really was.
That's a better take. Okay. All right, that's a better take. Okay, fine. I'm not going to argue with you. Yeah, that sounds about 100% right. But
once he went down, you saw what a shit show. Once he went down, you saw what a shit show this offense really was. I mean, when you got a guy, all you got to do is hand them the ball or throw him the ball in the flat, and he takes it 62 yards for a touchdown. Things are a lot easier when you got a guy like that.
So now, do you kind of wish then Zach Wilson started the Chicago game? Maybe he would have beat them and that would have pepped him up and gave him some hope? Or do you think Zach Wilson would have lost the Chicago game if they started him either way?
You never know. The Chicago was terrible that day. So, I mean, again, when AVT and Brees Hall went out, after that, you won one game.
Yeah, no.
Against a bad Bears team in the rain.
No. But all right, so are we to believe that Saleh did all he could, but this offense was so bad? I guess, right? Because the defense was ranked in the top 10. How did our Jet defense? I keep hearing 5, 6, 7. How did our Jet defense finish in the end? What was their ranking? Do you know?
No, not sure. But I'm thinking about the offense. Look at the Minnesota game. I mean, everybody bitches about the offensive coordinator, but how do you get in the red zone 10 times and you score once? I don't know. Is that the coordinator or is that just the players sucking?
I'm going to go with, at this point, you have to say, at this point you have to say it's the coordinator, because where's the creativity? Where, like, you're still running the ball up the middle. Back up the middle. Nothing was to the outside. Not many jet sweeps. No trickery. Like, the play calling later in the season to me became very vanilla. Very bland.
Well, because I think they know what they had at quarterback.
Ready? Yep.
And you had no Brees Hall. I mean, all they had to do after that guy went out was stack the box, man. Make Wilson beat you. Make White beat you.
But then isn't that, and this is all falls on the floor, and that's why he's not here. That's why there should have been more creativity coming out of LaFleur, and there wasn't, and that's why he's not here today.
And I mean, don't get me wrong. I think LaFleur sucked. But to your point, is it LaFleur's fault that Barrios drops the touchdown in the end zone in Minnesota? No.
LaFleur's fault that the defense couldn't stop Detroit on that final possession?
Yeah. It's on the fourth and one, and you let a backup tight end go all the way.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
The one thing I will say that I find LaFleur's fault is that you have all these great weapons. And I even asked you when we were winning, where's Huzama been? Like, he needed to open up this playbook, whoever the quarter. Like, Huzama should have had more than 2 touchdowns. Conklin, I don't even know how many touchdowns he had. Maybe 2. Mims, the final 2 or 3 games you didn't even see on the field. You know, and I know people still have their love-hate relationship.
And hey,
with Mims, I think the kid is going to be.
What's your opinion on the report of Moore saying to LaFleur, "F you, you suck"?
I think that's probably, and that's probably a true report, and that's why the reason why they send them home for a few days to calm down. You know what? All the cards are stacked against LaFleur in a sense, but I also feel for LaFleur as the first-time OC. Like, what were we expecting? Nobody for him to bounce anything off of. The Jets dropped the ball. Once Greg Knapp, God rest his soul, passed, the Jets should have been on the phone bringing in somebody with experience to
even admitted
to bounce off of.
Saleh even admitted, I screwed up by not replacing Knapp. So
yeah. But you know what? We're going to blame, or is Saleh just Woody and Joe D screwed up? Like, how does Joe D not realize he's been with such great organizations? Is Joe D just a little too blinded by Saleh and his beliefs of what this kid could do?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, Kevin. Daboll's the first-time head coach. All right. His Giant team on paper was nowhere near as talented as we are, and they might shock the world in about 10 hours and beat this Eagle team. All right, we saw everyone say Trevor Lawrence has ruined his football.
We'll take care of that in our picks later, but
we heard
as great of a story as the Giants are, I think it ends today. So,
okay. It might, Kevin, but their story is still 1,000,000 times better than ours.
Listen,
okay.
Listen.
Quarterback that
when you're 7-4 and you lose 6 games in a row to get kicked out of the playoffs, there's no worse story than that.
But forget that, Kevin. Forget that story. That story is to me minute to the problem. I see Dable come in. Wink Martindale, who's defense? Who's the Giant offensive coordinator? I think I'm saying his name right. Kafka, and turn Daniel Jones around. Meanwhile, did we ruin Zach?
Sure, looks that way.
Was Zach just as bad as he was? Everyone said after season 1, Trevor Lawrence.
I think the kid's got talent, Zach, but it doesn't have the head, I don't think.
Okay. All right.
Whereas Montana, look at it like a Montana. Wasn't a big dude. Didn't have a crazy arm, but he was smart. And it's football. Football smart.
Yeah. High football IQ. I know. I get it.
Same with Chad. Same with Chad Pennington.
Yeah, Pennington. Yes, agree. But Kevin,
smart.
But again, was done. They ruined him. I know.
Yeah.
They ruined him. And meanwhile, Peterson got with him, started working with him, and here they are in divisional round. Would you ever thought the Jaguars at 3-7 were going to make the playoffs? Please,
Nope.
we thought they were a done team, a sinking ship. Everyone thought Trevor Lawrence might be done.
You thought they were done in the first half of that game last week.
Yeah.
27 to
What a great
nothing.
comeback.
Yep.
Was it? I thought it was 27-7, I think it was, but he already had like 4 turnovers.
Right. And I said, "Oh man, I'm watching the
and
first half."
And that Charger team. You want to talk about the team that
it's like, what has he got, a Zach Wilson on, today? What's he doing throwing 4 turnovers?
Yeah. Wow. That Charger team, you want to talk about shit the bed. Wow.
Big time.
What a collapse. What a major collapse.
Yeah, it's kind of like losing your last 6 games.
Wow. Yeah. But Kevin, here's the other thing. Like, all right, maybe Buffalo is sleepwalking right now and they need to wake up. But you know what? This Darrell Bevell, I could see why he doesn't want to come here. He took the 3rd string quarterback who had a hard time against us, didn't look like he could even run an offense, and put up 27 on Buffalo and almost beat them. And let me tell you, if Tua was healthy, they would have beat Buffalo. So why would Bevell, who a lot of people don't think is any good, want to come here? What's here for him?
Nothing.
A coach that might be out in a year from now?
Right. Hey, because even though Johnson came out and said there's no mandate, you don't make the playoffs next year, you're all fired. And it should be that. And it should be like
now
that.
We heard he said that, but quietly under the table, under the Florham Park roof, the mandate is playoffs or bust. And that even includes Joe Douglas.
Yeah. And that's the way it should be.
Being out the door if it doesn't happen.
It's about, and to me, it's BS that you come out publicly and say there's no mandate. Come out and be an owner. Come out and say, yeah, I expect that 6-game collapse was unacceptable, and I expect to be in the playoffs next year, period. I mean, why can't you say that as an owner? That's what your fans want to hear. All right, you're like completely frozen.
Oh, that was weird. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. I got a recording stopped, recording in progress as I was talking. Our podcast is falling apart.
We're like the Jets. We're like the fucking.
We're like the Jets of podcasting. What I was saying was that does Woody really like being this owner, like really care about this thing, or does he like just hearing his name in the paper 365 days a year?
That he likes the publicity.
You know?
Well, it's like I said,
that's not the owner we want.
Like I said, when we were screwing up here, be an owner. Come out and say there is a playoff mandate. Period. I expect to be in the playoffs next year.
Shit, yeah. Put some heads. Got to start to roll, Woody. Heads got to. I mean, I have a list here, Kevin, of 15. Okay, now the one thing I don't buy is that who would want to come to the Jets? They're in disarray. All I'm going to say to that is, and I could be wrong, when there's only 32 offensive coordinator jobs, somebody's going to take this job. Whether they're the right candidate, I don't know. But someone is going to take this job. Now, Bill Callahan, someone we all wanted, O-line coach, was with us under the Mangini and part of the Rex Ryan years. He declined us. My take is he probably declined us because he maybe felt scorned by the organization. He's doing great with the Cleveland O-line. There's potential there. Maybe he sees If Stefanski fails again, maybe he's up in line for the head coaching job. So I could see why he didn't want to come here. Bevel, who I don't know too much about, I'm not, a big Bevel guy. I mean, I'll do more research, but he's got. Why does he want to come? So I understand these two guys rejecting, a meeting with us. So
what do you think about Hackett?
The one guy as an OC, I mean, he's worked with two good quarterbacks. Is that the reason why he's pretty decent? Well, I really want the Jets didn't even talk to him. Frank Reich, Now I know he's waiting for a head coaching job, and maybe he's waiting to see if that smoke clears before. But Frank Reich is the guy who I think the Jets should be looking at hard. He should be the candidate that they bring in here. No ifs, ands, and buts. Open check, whatever he wants, sign it, Mr. Reich.
He might have called them. They might have called them already for all we know, and he turns them down.
Yeah, you're right. But I think that would have leaked.
It's going to be hard to get someone that's halfway decent here with these guys having no job security next year. With a playoff or bust mandate. Yeah. You could be coming, you're taking the job, you could be here for a year and you're out again.
Yeah. But isn't that the life of a football coach anyway? Don't they have to know that going in? Yes, everyone wants job security. I get it. But if an owner wakes up what, Kevin, it's a good thing I don't have money and I'm not an owner. Because I would have fired half this crew last year with some of the crap we saw. But I get it. You got to be patient. But as a coach, you have to know there is no job security. It's nice to say there is, and we have that, but
But hey, I just think it's going to be hard to attract candidates here, decent ones.
All right, I understand what you're saying, and you proved your point, and a lot of people have. I think when there's only 32 OC jobs, you know what? You also, as a coach, you have the men. Okay, go ahead.
And does Hackett mean that Rodgers comes?
I don't buy that they're tied to the hip. One comes, the other.
And Namath coming out saying, "Oh, you gotta unretire my 12."
Yeah, big deal, Joe. I love you. I'd rather hear you say nothing. You know what I would love the Jets to do? Here's what I would love the Jets to do. Bring in Nick Mango to be your O-line coach. Nick Mango volunteered. He raised his hand.
Absolutely.
Bring him in.
Absolutely.
You know what? Reach out. Start bringing in. We don't have a rich history, but bring in the Jets that made us look good. That talk proudly about this.
At the very least, make the guy some kind of offensive line assistant. Something. At the very least.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what?
Oh, what a crap shit show.
I was just going on a rant about we never, everything Joe Namath says is law, and we all, Joe Namath approved. But we never bring in our ex-players to help. Never.
No.
Mangold's out. Short, Chad Pennington, Josh McCown, bring in someone. And then the joke of the day was, and I know it was just a joke, someone recommended, Sanchez. No. That's a joke, Jet fans. Let's not get crazy. Sanchez is not going to be our OC.
No.
And do we want, and again, Lamar's not coming. Carr may be coming because he's a free agent. He's going to get cut. It's tied because there's so many dysfunctions with this team. I mean, Cliff Kingsbury is on their list. He's in Thailand. Who knows if he's ever coming back? So screw Cliff Kingsbury's not, And then the Eagles passing game coordinator, Kevin Patullo, and they interviewed the Browns wide receiver Chad O'Shea. Don't know much about him. The Pats tight end coach, Nick Caley. I don't even know who the Patriots tight ends are. And they interviewed the Colts' old offensive coordinator, Marcus Brady. The Colts, really? They were worse than us.
What a great list, huh?
I don't know, Kevin. I don't know.
Nathaniel, what a great
well, there's more. Do you like Nathaniel?
Listen, when you have nothing to attract big name people, you have to go, you have to go the next tier under. You have to, you got to pick the B team instead of the A team.
Wow, a lot of difficulty today.
Yes.
Is Matt Nagy a name that excites you?
Nagy? No.
Yeah. Greg Olson from the Rams, the senior offense assistant for the Rams, does that name excite you?
No.
Does Gary Kubiak excite you? Does his son excite you? I mean, who's out there?
Frank Reich.
McCoy, the Jaguars quarterback coach.
Frank Reich
is the only name that excited, and I don't think the Jets. Yeah, and I don't even think the Jets reached out to him yet. The first thing you did, Frank, talk to us. OPEC sign away now, but no. Because then if you did fire Saleh, you have your coach sitting right there in Frank Reich, bump him up. This team seems don't get this team over and over again.
Nope,
Giants, Jaguars, Miami, all first-time head coaches in the playoffs. 49ers taking irrelevant. I know I'm repeating myself, and they're in the playoffs. Meanwhile, hammered with Zach and LaFleur. He's from the tree, the coaching tree. This great coaching tree. Love this tree, the LaFleur tree, the Shanahan tree, the McTree.
Yeah.
This tree is broken somewhere.
West Coast offense,
Shanahan's
baby.
His salt. He's taking a fourth string Mr. Irrelevant, and he's going the division round against the Dallas team, which he easily beat this Sunday. I picked this team to root for 40 years ago. Jesus, I don't get it.
It's like a curse. We cursed ourselves.
I don't get it. And even with the 6-game losing streak, I felt like, all right, we're moving in the right direction. And then it's like you flush the toilet and it.
When I don't know, I think when
all the shit just hit the roof.
I think when you go on a 6-game losing streak to end the season, it's starting to turn in the wrong direction. How do you go from 6? How do you go from 6-3 to 7-10?
Yeah.
How do you do that? How does anybody do that?
But Salah has to take blame because, like I said to you a couple of weeks ago when we were on, there comes a point where the coach has to motivate and bring these players in. Right? Jacksonville woke up. Detroit Lions woke up. Like these teams were in our league. We would consider the C teams with these teams.
Yeah,
these
right.
teams, when their backs were against the wall, these great coaches, and Dan Campbell might turn out to be a great coach, rose to the challenge and brought his team on his back. This is a rough one.
I don't know what's going on with this thing.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. It's the story of our lives. Talk Jets and it becomes shit.
Becomes a shit show.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm done with this. I'm done. I'm ready to talk playoff football if you are. I bet you once we start talking about good teams, our podcast situation will clear up.
Let's talk about real teams here. Exactly. So what do we got? We got 4:30 this afternoon. Jags at Chiefs.
Yeah, the Chiefs lead this series 8-6. The point differential is 337 to 280. But this is the first time both these teams are meeting in the playoffs. Does Trevor Lawrence pull off the miracle of this team and this game is over before you know it? What's your take?
I smell a blowout. I smell a blowout.
You smell the wow.
Let me tell you. I smell 31-13.
Okay. All right. I'm going to write that down. The one thing I will say is that against this Chiefs team, he can't have more than one turnover.
No.
This is not a Chargers where you could throw 4 picks and survive.
No. You throw 4 picks in this game, you're losing 45-10.
Yeah. I agree the Chiefs are going to win. Just for sake of wanting to sit on the sofa and have something to watch for 3.5 hours. I hope this is a better game than 31-13. But if that's the outcome, I'm not surprised. Mm-hmm. The one thing I will say is I think because everyone feels Jacksonville's the underdog and Peterson feels they have nothing to lose, I'm hoping they bring out everything to the kitchen sink at them.
Man. Hey, man, play loose. Play loose and fancy. Yeah, that's right. Wing it, baby. Wing it.
Yeah, Kev, let's stick with the AFC and go with the 3rd seed Cincinnati Bengals and the number 2 seed Buffalo Bills. Both these teams did not look good in Wild Card Weekend. Who do you like this weekend? Who are you taking?
I got to take the Bills at home, right?
Okay.
In a close one. Bills at home in a close one.
So now just some history. Okay. These two teams carry 7-15, including two postseason games. The point differential is the Bills 759 to the Bengals 705. So these always been tight games. This is the 3rd time these teams are meeting in the postseason, with the Bengals leading it 2-0. The Bengals have beat them twice in the postseason. They beat the Bills in 82 in the divisional round, and they beat them in 89 in the AFC Championship. I'm taking Cincinnati in a close one, but both these two teams are limping. They do not. I think if Lamar was healthy, he would have beat them last week. He would have beat Cincinnati, and I think if Tua Tagovailoa was healthy, he would beat Buffalo. It's going to be cold. Cincinnati's used to that. I'm going to take Cincinnati 2017.
Okay. I have a theory on the AFC.
Okay, go for it.
And it involves the NFL and marketing and everything else. I think the NFL wants to see the Bills win the Bills win the Super Bowl.
Really? Wow.
And I think it goes back to DeMar.
Okay.
They want that feel good story, man. They want that. Oh, look, yeah, they did it for DeMar. I'm telling you.
I think the NFL got their feel good story. The fact that DeMar is home, he still has a long road ahead of him, but he's up, he's communicating. I think the NFL got their feel good story. It's moving away from that. I think Joe Burrow defeating Mahomes once again is the ratings grabber. I look at Buffalo this way: always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I look at Buffalo again.
Wide right.
Yeah, wide right. Yep.
Wide right.
Yeah. Every time I think of the Buffalo Bills and all the hype they get every year, the first thing that comes to my mind is always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Always a best man, never the groom. You know? And I feel the same way again.
What comes to my mind is wide right.
Yeah. No, exactly. Now, let's get into some fun because the NFC matchups are 4 of your oldest franchises, great history in football, great history head-to-head, and I have some numbers to talk about. So we got the number 6 seed Giants at the Philadelphia Eagles. Before we give predictions, let me give you some numbers here. Very good stuff here, and I have more on my phone. The Eagles lead this series 92-88 with 2 ties. They met 4 times in the playoffs, these teams, each winning 2 each. The Eagles had a 12-game win streak against the Giants from 75 to 81. The Giants twice had 9-game win streaks from 38 to 42, a long time ago, and again in 97 to 2000. The current Eagles have a 3-game win streak against the Giants, 2021 to the present. The first time these teams met, Kevin, was in October 15th, 1933. The Giants won in a blowout, 56-0. And here's another interesting stat. This is the second oldest rivalry in the NFC division, the NFC East division, the oldest being the Giants versus Washington. Now, let me go to my phone because I have some more numbers for you. Give me a second. Let me pull this up. Give me a second. Very interesting stuff with these 2 teams. Now, let me see.
Hey, do you notice something?
Where my notes are.
Do you notice something?
No, it's working fine. Yeah, it's working fine.
Why don't we stop talking about the Jets?
Yeah, it's working fine.
I can't make this shit up.
And I know.
Well, see, I mentioned the name again, and look what happened.
You know what? Maybe between the 2, dare not speak its name. So these 2 teams have 5 Super Bowls between them. Philadelphia has one title. The Giants have won 4 titles. But Super Bowl appearances between these 2 teams, 8. NFL championships between these 2 teams, 12. Philly 4, Giants 8. Division championships, 38. Philly 16, Giants 22. And Super Bowl wins, Giants 5, Eagles 3. I know this stuff may be boring to some, but that's such a rich tradition. This is what the NFL should be touting when they're looking for teams to talk about and games to promote, you know? Not Tampa Bay, Dallas, but that was last week. We'll move on. Who do you like in this game and why?
I got to take Philly.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to take. What?
Even with a rusty Jalen Hurts?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Philly at home. I got to take Philly. I mean, I think it'll be a close one. I think it'll be a good game. And if the Giants pulled it off, I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay.
But I got to take the Eagles.
Okay. So this is another game we'll disagree on. I'm pulling hard for the Giants. I can't believe I'm saying this as a dare we not speak its name because we don't want to freeze fan. I'm rooting for the Giants today. I think the Giants pull off the upset of the divisional round and they win a squeaker 24-21 Giants.
Gotcha. And the late game on Sunday, I got to take the Niners at home.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Now, again, like we talked about with the Giants, two teams rich in history. I got a lot of numbers here. Dallas leads the series 19-18 with one tie. These teams have met 8 times in the playoffs, with the Cowboys leading the series 5-3. The first meeting between these two teams was back in November 20th, 1960. The 49ers won 26-14. The largest victory between these two teams was Dallas in 1980 beat the 49ers 59-14. Now, here's some more rich history between these two teams. I said the postseason results, right? I said all that. The largest victory, I said all that. Super Bowl titles between these two teams, 10. The Cowboys 5, the 49ers 5. NFC championships between these two teams, 15. Dallas 8, 49ers 7. I mean, this is what the NFL should be touting. These two games this weekend, this NFC rivalry, this is football. These are our primetime games, and I'm glad they are.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL did that right. I'm with you. I like the 49ers as well. I think the Purdy myth, the mystical Purdy run continues.
Give me the Niners with a third-string quarterback.
Yeah, like I said, that magical mystery ride for Purdy keeps up another week. And I like the 49ers 31-17. That's how bad I like the 49ers.
Nice. Cowboys don't impress me.
Yeah. They look good against Dallas. They look good against Tampa Bay, but Tampa Bay was shit all year.
Yeah, come on, man. You looked good against 100-year-old Tom Brady. Terrific.
Yeah, and listen, Bowles isn't the coach. Bowles may be a good defensive coordinator.
That's it.
As a head coach. And Kevin, here's another guy. I understand. All right, people are gonna say, "Oh, but he had Brady there." I wouldn't mind. Oh my God, what's the OC's name? I'm drawing.
Leftwich.
Which coming in for an interview.
Left.
Another name, like he's an ex-Jet.
Well, that's why this thing is messing up
he
again.
He wound up with Detroit. Aaron Glenn. Yeah, Aaron Glenn is coaching with Detroit, and now he's taking head coaching job, interviews, and never bring back our old Jets. Let's throw our old Jets to the wind. Anyway, Kevin, before we freeze 50 million times, that's all I have to say on this 89th episode of the Jets podcast.
Same here. Nothing else to say. I got Chiefs, Eagles, Bills, Niners.
Okay, I got Chiefs, Bengals, Giants, 49ers. So it should be fun. I'm sure we'll text during the games and talk more. And then next week it's championship time.
Championship Sunday.
Yep.
Championship Sunday
Wow.
next week.
Yeah.
Man.
Yep. All right, my brother. Be good. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk soon.
Enjoy the games, and I'll be going back and forth with you, I'm sure.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Hope your team wins if you're in. So, whoever you are. Thanks for liking and subscribing, watching. We appreciate it, man. It's been a good year. I mean, except for the 6-game losing streak. So, all right. We'll see you later. Till then, jet up. Talk to you later.